Oh, hey viewers, hi! I'm RingtailRandl, and we've done it. We've gotten to 25,000 video views. How about that? I couldn't have done this without you. To be honest, I never thought I was going to get past 5,000. Hell, 4,000 would have been a lot to me. But the fact that you've contributed... Well, you contribute your support. And that's all I need. Thanks to that, I've actually considered staying with the Let's Playing hobby, even if I don't make money from it, but that's what day job is for. Shouldn't be too worried about that shit. But viewers in the works, there are a lot of small changes, and you're going to notice there are some changes right now. You may not directly see them on camera, but there are several changes, and I will go through with you in a section, but first, this is going to serve as an update video and kind of a poll for you to see what special you'd like me to pull for our 25K special. Here we go. But as I said, there are several changes. Let's go down the list and get them all done. There are several changes, and these are all for the better. First, it's going to be the schedule. As you know, the schedule is in 3 slots, and 3 slots are as follows. Slot 1, which airs 3 times a week, is Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Slot 2 is 2 times a week. It is Monday and it's Friday. And then slot 3 is 2 times a week. It is Tuesday, Thursday. At the moment in time of me recording this and posting this, probably going to be slightly later in the upload, but oh well, better late than never. The games I have going in order of those slots are 3D Dot Game Heroes, Final Fantasy XI, Puppet Master, and Bloody Trapland Race Mode. I almost forgot there. That's awful. But the way this is going to go from the future is kind of like how it's going right now. Except instead of Bloody Trapland, it's going to be something else there. I'm going to have one modern Let's Play, which would happen to be this beast of a game right here. I'm going to have one retro Let's Play, which can be just about anything that is 8 years in the past or before. And then I'm going to have Final Fantasy XI, because face it, that game can go on for a while. For a short bit of time, we may take a break from Final Fantasy XI, or do a different job or activity to take a break from what we were doing, story and grinding and all that whatnot, but you know, it's here to stay for now. But that is the schedule. It's out there, it's clear. I need to update my box more often. I need to update my playlist more often, but I'll get better about that as time goes on. Change number 2. I have a lot of new equipment. You're actually seeing me through 2 pieces of new equipment, not just 1, 2. There's going to be a small section showing you the actual equipment itself, so enjoy! A Vizio 42-inch LCD 3D TV. A Diamond VC500 analog capture card. This will be used for analog consoles, in which I own plenty of. Oh boy, fuck you, emulator. An Elgato Game Capture HD HDMI digital capture device. Is mostly going to be used with my PlayStation 3 right down there. It is installed in the floor right down there. It's been a great aid to me so far. Great. And the microphone I have been using, well, is hooked onto a microphone stand, which is 70 inches tall. It's just about as tall as me. Check this shit out. But this is in a Euroboom on stage. Hold on. Should be the product label right there. Yeah. It's a Euroboom on stage 72-inch stand with arm. This shit is pretty cool. It's fully adjustable and everything. But I suppose on vlog I'll play around with it. Show you how I set up for this shit here. But also check this shit out. I can actually adjust it for you to show you the microphone. I have a Blue Yeti Silver Edition USB professional microphone. It has been wonderful. At some point you will definitely hear it in Final Fantasy XI, and you have heard it in 3D Dot Game Heroes and in Bloody Trapland Race Mode. And attached to it is the... I believe it is the Nady? Yes, it is the Nady 2-inch pod filter. It's a clamp on. It's clamped on right there. It's served me well so far, and I hope it keeps serving me well in the future. It was worth all the little bits of money I paid for it. Something cool about this microphone too is it's got a little headphone jack right there, and you can listen to your voice with zero latency between it. And I just plugged in were my Ringer DJ Studio headphones right here. I use this for ventrilo, editing, and usually when I'm commentating I have these things on so I can hear if I pop or anything, but next that one feels right there. It usually doesn't happen. And usually you'll see these guys hanging right here on the microphone stand. Oh, I love this fucking thing so much. You probably aren't able to see it, but I'm using right now high reflection TV. Hello. I'm using a Toshiba Camilio Z100 1080p 3D camcorder. Actually, you know what? I've got the box. Come over here, box. I can require your services. Here we go. Here's a product box. This is actually suggested to me by Stefan, the Old World G, via Ventrilo. Thank you very much, good sir. It's been a wonderful entry-level camera, and I highly recommend it to anyone looking for an entry-level camera. Ooh, pardon me. It's about $150 on special, and inside of it is a 32GB SD flash card, which can hold like 5 hours of footage and 999 photos apparently. Woo-wee! And the reason why the camera hasn't been shaking until now is because it was mounted to this wonderful professional photo-video tripod right here. It extends up to 70 inches, almost as tall as me. It's got a pivoting head right here. Check this shit out. Pivot it left, pivot it right. There's also little gauges on it which will tell you whether it is or is not level. I believe it's on the left side right over there. Yes. You probably can't tell, but there's a little bubble right here. That'll tell me whether it is or is not level. It's been a wonderful aid. It was almost $100, but you know what? It was worth it, man. It was hella worth it. The equipment's been working swimmingly so far, and it has not let me down. I hope it will work for a long time. If not, I'm going to make back up to replace it. The Let's Play must go on! Change number 3. Aspect ratio. This has been a big problem for me and some of my viewers, and I've actually come to see that I agree with them. I've been stretching games to fit the player like this, 16:9, when they were standard or in between. I've really discovered when I look at the video that it causes a lot of ghosting, unnecessarily ugly color, and it just looks bad. Back when I was a FOP admin, I kept saying to myself, oh, it's okay, people will adjust to it, but it looks terrible. Having a 4:3 stretched to a 16:9, that's... The only stretches that are going to happen is if the game is 16:9, and it's a slide stretch, like say, if it's like this, sort of wide, and then goes further wide, that's fine. That won't be affected too much by it. But when you stretch a standard game to an HD TV, it ghosts, it bleeds. We've been over this. So, all my retro games are going to be standard. I'm not going to stretch them at all. And as time comes on, I'm probably going to create some sidebars, because if you haven't heard what the new YouTube layout is, it's going to cause a mass genocide of any creativity we had before outside of our content. Thanks, YouTube. Or thanks, Google, rather. Good move on your part, buddy. Alright, now that we're done with that, we're going to go on to the Let's Plays. There have been some things on hold and sitting there, and ideas brewing in my head that I need to get out here, so we're going to do that right now. Alright, coming up first is the Let's Co-op, and I hate to say it, but as of right now, as the way I look at it, the Let's Co-op is cancelled. Because my schedule has gotten really crazy at work to where I'm getting so many days off in a row, then the next week I've got just about nothing. And I have like no time to myself. And then also, Haza Bumper, as I know it, I have not seen him on Skype, I haven't seen him uploading. As far as I know, he may have quit LPing, he may just be using his account for viewing. And Alan's still going, but my schedule has been just so crazy that we haven't been able to coincide, and Let's Co-op needs more than 2 players at one time. Really hoping for 3 or 4, but that's just the way things work. I love the game and I want to give it a shot, but under these circumstances it can't be done, sadly. So, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Little Co-op for now is stopped. It's canceled. It's not going on anymore. I'll have the playlist marked by the time this goes up. That it is canceled. It really breaks my heart to have an LP canceled, but in that regard, I'm also thinking of seeing if I can reboot it with different participants and other kinds of things. I can't say any more about that, but the Tail Co-op is canceled. It may not be canceled forever. If I can find a different group, I can reboot it. So, don't hold your breath too much, though. I can't make any guarantees. Alright, the next one is Final Fantasy Adventure. And Final Fantasy Adventure has been on hold for ages, man. But the changes that are going to occur to that are, again, aspect ratio not being stretched. I'll probably employ some sidebars by that time because the new YouTube layout! Ah! But there's also not going to be any voice acting for me in that part. I'm just going to play the game and respond to the commentary. Same way I have for, once again, boom, is the more proper way to Let's Play. And actually, I agree with it. Unless you have other help or you're a talented voice actor, or you have a lot of post-production skills and patience. I just can't do it on the fly like I did. It's back when I used this dinky thing. You remember this? Yeah, I wish I didn't remember this. But Final Fantasy Adventure will continue. It is on hold. Just don't hold your breath. I don't know how soon I'm going to get to it, but that game has to be finished because I love the Mana series, and I would love to go through the entirety of it if I had the chance. Alright, the next bit definitely I need to mention is the group Let's Play series you've seen on my channel. Now first, I'm not sure if you really know what a group Let's Play is, but MML129 came up with the concept, as far as I know, and he pitched it to the Faction Players community. And what it is when you assign a game to a certain number of Let's Players and you divide it amongst them. And then they each play the game, upload it, and post it. An example, a group Let's Play is when you have group 1 doing... Let me get a drink. Maybe this will help. There we go. An example, you're going to have person 1 doing world 1, you got a person 2 doing world 2, you got a person 3 doing world 3, and so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. You know how the story goes. But it's just, I sit down and I look at it, I'm like, you know what, this is really awkward. I've got Milky Way Wishes from Kirby Superstar on my channel, and I've got Bowser's Valley on my channel here. It feels so incomplete. I know the game's been done to death, but I love both of these games. So, to remedy this, and make sure I don't let my Let's Play get too obscure of it, I know I'm not going to hit gold with it. Hell, this is a hobby I enjoy like hell. I'm going to be using pieces of those games as an intermediary between my major projects, being the 3 projects I have going on and anything that might replace them as time goes on. So, if you see me complete a certain game mode, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this game mode next. You might see, like, World 1 of Super Mario World, or you might see a section of Kirby Superstar. Out of nowhere. That isn't specifically continued. Well, that's what that is. It'll have its own playlist. It won't have a set schedule. You'll just have to know that whenever a section of something is finished, or I'm in between Let's Plays, you're going to see bits and pieces, and then eventually it'll be completed. So this is a bit of my remedy to playing games done to death. Hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Plus, I love these 2 games. I'd be a liar to say that I wouldn't want to Let's Play them because they're simply because they're overplayed. They're great games, and I do love Kirby. Oh my god. But that's another rant for another time. We gotta keep moving. And speaking of that whole thing with me wanting to play games from my childhood that I love, and not avoiding them simply because they're overdone, I'm gonna make the obscure a bit more obscure, and I'm going to actually play some more mainstream titles. As you've seen, I did consider it my last update video, which is, God, how long ago was that? I need to do more of these. Now I have to split that I can, so back on subject. Now that I actually have the equipment to, I can physically get any game I really want to and record it. Because I've got the analog capture card, and I've got an HDMI capture card. So, hell, if I have the console and I have the means to record it, and hook it up to this TV or this computer monitor, then I can do it. And I'm really excited about that because I'll get onto it in the next section. But mainstream games that are overdone and stuff and such, whatnot, they're not going to be completely avoided. But you must keep in mind, I'm not going to do like the entire Mario series back to back. No, I would like to save that for races, but I might just play the game and then race it too. I mean, see, it's like a Let's Play is a take on that person's experience with the game. It's not so much about the Let's Player at hand, it's about the game, but it's about the Let's Player's experience with a certain game, so it's tied in with both, and their reactions, and their input, and so forth. Well, you should know that by now, don't you? You better know that by now. Anyway, just keep an eye out for that. Just gotta know that I'm not gonna do mainstream, exposed, back to back. That's not the way it's gonna happen. I do love me some obscure games. I do want to share them with you. Oh, one more thing. There is a super secret project going on that I am not gonna say anything specific about, but watch with time. When the time is right, when the iron is hot, it will strike, you'll notice it. It'll be good. I promise. And now getting around to the 25K special. I really want to specifically thank all of you who supported me from the start. Like, in the beginning, I did a lot of networking and checking out other content, and I need to go back to that, really. At the time when I did that, I was both so far ahead, I didn't have to do anything for 3 months straight. 3 months straight. And I need to do that again, that way I can network and meet new people. That is where you can find success. You can't just sit in one place and expect people to come to you. You've got to network a bit. It's tiresome and it's not always rewarding, because there are always going to be people who can be impartial. But as long as you've got your shit straight and you're willing to learn and meet other people, and just give a little bit, even if it's like 1, 2, or 3 comments, there are people who get none, who would eat that up. Trust me. Just a little bit of kindness, you might have a friend for your career. If I say career, because I may not necessarily ever get partnered and get paid, and that's fine with me. I have a day job. But I never thought I was going to get past 5,000 video views, and this is why I'm so really thankful. And it's also within my first year of Let's Play. About a month and 3 more weeks, my channel will be a year old, and I'll be Let's Playing for a year. So I'll have some of that experience underneath my belt. You can't see my belt, but I have a belt on. You gotta wear belts, man, or else our pants go sliding right off. But to thank you, I want to give you the choices and you can make for me to consider what to do for the special. Alright, the things I actually have considered right now are a live stream, which could be of a game or a Q&A session. I'm not entirely sure how to live stream, but I can figure this out pretty quickly if that's what you guys want. I'm also going to have a certain slot to upload it and to host it. So it'll be a little tricky to do a stream, but I'll do it for you guys if that's what you really want. I can also do a certain Let's Play or Let's Play race with 3 other participants. The thing about this is, it's more up to me. It's going to be mostly based off of something that helped me on the road to get to 25K. So to be honest, I think your other choices would be better to a live stream of a game or the Q&A session, whether it be the next thing I'm about to mention or the stream. So, just going to let you know, if you want it, I will definitely consider it and think about it. So, yeah. And then there's also the option of a Q&A session, not necessarily a live stream, but a Q&A session, where you can ask me some personal questions, and get me to talk about myself, be more of an open book, talk about my experiences with games, just anything. I'm pretty much an open book, as long as I'm not talking shit about my employer or anything silly like that. Nothing incriminating. Please, nothing incriminating. But if there's something you want me to talk about, ask me about, I'll even throw some silly questions to myself in there to make sure some of that's put out there. But again, if you have followed me up to this point and you want something specific, leave a comment. It would greatly help me make this decision. It's right down there. Please just leave 1 or 2 comments. Don't leave me 14. Well, thanks for following me, everybody, for 25,000 video views. I'm still blown away that I even made it this far. I didn't think I'd get past 4,000. I didn't think I'd get past 2,000. I didn't think I'd finish my first Let's Play, but I proved myself wrong in that respect. I hope one day that maybe we can get to 50,000. I'm not too worried about it. I'm worried about views over subscribers because the views are what matter. But really what matters most is actually there's a lot of heart in what I do. I pick the game specifically and I play them in a certain way that's specific to me. I've had to re-record a few Let's Plays 3 times just to get just the way I like it. And this is why bulk recording and editing works. But I've definitely decided that I like this hobby. It is my favorite thing. And art, I get art blocks all the time. Gaming is one of my biggest passions, and really being social, being goofy, I love that. I love being an oddball. And this gives me the chance to do that. I have the home studio in front of me right now. I'm using it at this moment. And I can do just about what I want. So, thank you guys. Thank you for supporting me, what I really have wanted to do for a while. But, until next time, I'm RingtailRandl, and you guys keep your tails wagging. You hear? Remember, comment, leave one. It would greatly help me. Alright, thanks for joining me, guys. Bye! And there we go.